Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Granny, how many times have I told you it's against the law to cook moonshine in Beverly Hills?
I ain't cooking moonshine.
Just calling it rheumatism medicine don't make it legal.
It ain't rheumatism medicine neither.
What is it?
I'm brewing up a love conjure.
Love conjure?
My great-great-granny left me the secret. But it's only to be used when a woman is too old to get a man any other way.
Oh, now, Granny, you're still a fine figure of a woman.
It ain't for me. It's for Elly May. Kid, we dasn't wait any longer to get that girl a husband. Cousin Pearl says that folks back home are beginning to talk, asking about your spinster daughter.
Yeah, well, that's back in the hills. Out here, girls seem to reach their prime might later.
Now, Jed, let's not fool ourselves with city talk. You know and I know that prime is 14. Anything over that, and you're sliding downhill.
Morning, Paul. Morning, Granny. Want to come for a swim?
Not me, honey. I got a cooking to do.
What you cooking?
I'm steaming some grits.
What's all that for?
Gravy. Now, come on, get going. Run along now. Hurry up.
What you sniffling about?
Is there any sadder sight than an old maid?
Granny, just for what it's worth, I had another talk with Mr. Drysdale about Elly meeting a fella.
Well, I'll tell you what it's worth. Nothing.
But this time he promised.
He's been promising ever since we come to Beverly Hills. Well, I'm done waiting on Mr. Do-Nothing Drysdale. He can't even get his own secretary a husband.
Well, maybe he ain't trying. Maybe Miss Jean ain't ready to get married.
Ain't ready. Have you ever seen the way she looks at Jethro?
Kind of like a hungry hound looking in a butcher's window.
And Jethro ain't exactly the answer to a maiden's prayer.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Elly May.
Too late for that. We've done talked away her golden years. There's only one way to get the poor old thing a husband now. And here it comes, Jed. Stand back, Jed. Perfect batch.
Is that all you get out of this whole mess? One drop?
One drop's enough. This is concentrated courtship conjure.
And you think it'll get Elly May a feller, huh?
Might even be enough left over to get one for Miss Jane.
Chief, there's a young man in my office who says he's from the Beverly Escort Service.
Oh, yes. Elly May's date. Bring him in.
Elly May's Chief, you have hired a professional escort? A gigolo?
Oh, don't look so shocked. It's only a temporary arrangement to get Jed Clampett off my back.
But a gigolo?
Now, stop calling him that. He is a professional companion, a bonded employee of a reputable firm, which means he won't be after the Clampetts' money.
But, Chief...
Bring him in. I'm Melvin Drysdale.
Mr. Drysdale.
This is Miss Hathaway. I presume you know why you're here.
Yes, indeed, and the pleasure's all mine. She's a very attractive young lady.
Not me!
Well, I'm terribly sorry.
And well, you might be.
Just a moment, Miss Hathaway. I need you to witness this agreement with Mr. Peters.
Must I?
You must. As you know, this agreement calls for your exclusive services as an escort to Elly May Clampett. You are to fill her days with fun and her evenings with excitement. Are you a good dancer?
Well, I'm told I am, yes.
Well, suppose we let Miss Hathaway judge.
Must I?
You must.
I'm sorry, I can't dance this way.
Must I?
You must.
You know, you're a marvelous dancer.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's enough. All right, break it up, break it up.
Oh, Chief, I would say his dancing is quite adequate.
Yeah, thank you. Now, I assume you know how to play tennis and golf and ride horseback and all that?
Yes, I do.
Perhaps I should take the rest of the day off and to check him out on these...
Forget it. Now then, you'll proceed to the Clampett home, where you will put Plan A into operation.
Plan A.
Yes, a course of action so brilliantly conceived, so carefully thought out, so absolutely foolproof that the Clampetts will never suspect that you're a paid escort.
That sounds great. I'd like to hear about it.
And you will, as soon as Miss Hathaway comes up with it. Don't worry. If anything happens to your Plan A, I'll be ready with my Plan B.
What's that?
You're both fired.
This is a fine mess of all the outrageous...
Calmly, calmly. Adversity bars its sharpest sting from our impatience.
You're quoting Bishop Horn.
He's the subject of my dissertation.
You're studying for a doctorate?
Literature, UCLA.
But this odious occupation.
Well, it pays good. The hours are my own. And I meet the most fascinating people. And I am part of all I have met.
Tennyson.
Would you care to discuss Plan A over a cup of coffee?
Discourse, the sweeter banquet of the mind.
Homer?
I'll need about 5 minutes with Mr. Drysdale. You want to come up and visit with Miss Jane?
No, thanks, Uncle Jed. She always looks at me so funny. Kind of like a...
Hungry hound looking in a butcher's window?
Yes, sir, that's it. Why do you reckon she does it?
Probably admires your brain.
Yeah.
Drive around and pick me up.
Yes, sir.
I just got to have a talk with that boy.
You know, a wonderful little spot next door where we can be quite alone.
Solitude cherishes great virtues and destroys little ones.
Dean?
My doggy's granny don't have to conjure no fella for her.
Write your name on this paper. And then burn it. Then take the ashes and put them in this hollowed-out peach pit. Yes, me. Then get 14 pebbles and lay them out on the ground underneath your bedroom window in the shape of a heart. Yes, ma'am. Then dig a hole in the middle and bury the peach pit with a lock of your hair. Yes, ma'am. Then close your eyes and spin around 3 times and throw this magic buckeye on the roof.
What's all this for?
Well, I might as well tell you. When you do all that, and I throw my secret conjure on the fire, you get a fella.
That's dandy. Just for good luck, I'll hang a horseshoe on the door.
No, child. I wouldn't want folks thinking I'm superstitious.
Yes?
Hello, Chief. Jane here.
Jane, where? Where are you?
In the coffee shop next door. I'm afraid we still haven't come up with Plan A.
Well, you come up with Plan A, or I'm coming down with Plan B.
Chief, we need time to invent a convincing story. Dean, Mr. Peters can't just appear at the Clampetts out of thin air.
Now, listen. I'm paying both of you gold bricks by the hour. Now, you get back up here before... I'm busy.
Sorry I bothered you.
Mr. Clampett, wait! I didn't know it was you.
Well, I sat out here for a spell, but your door was closed and I...
Well, it's open now. Come in, come in.
But if you're busy...
Not at all.
Me and Mr. Drysdale, you're ripping my good coat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, here, take mine.
No, I just want to talk to you for a minute about getting a fella for Elly May.
Oh, yes. Well, I've been working on that. In fact, I've got something cooking.
Well, so is Granny, but I'm afraid what she's got cooking is liable to blow her and the windows plumb out of the kitchen.
What?
Well, she is brewing up what you call a love conjure.
A love conjure?
Yeah, I don't hold much store with it myself, but Granny thinks that she can conjure up a fella right out of thin air.
Now, wait a minute. Maybe she can.
Do you believe in such thing?
Well, not as a rule, but there's a certain magic in the air today. Now, you go back home and... No, wait, not yet. Okay, hide in the closet.
What? Madam, those are orders.
But I want to go in a closet. What
Ours not to reason why.
I'm sorry, Mr. Clampett. I was looking for a needle and thread to fix your coat.
Well, never mind about that, but I'd appreciate it if you keep looking for a fella.
I have a feeling that Granny's conjure is going to get action this time.
Oh, it's got action before. I remember one time back home, it brought every fella within 5 miles of running.
Really?
Yep, she set the cabin on fire. Mr. Drysdale, that ain't very funny.
No, of course not. I'm very sorry. But Elly May will get a fellow. I guarantee it. In writing.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Okay, you can come out now. Miss Hathaway, you can come out now. Come on here.
We were discussing Plan A.
I've got Plan A. You are going to be conjured.
I don't have to get in the closet for that, do I?
No. Sit down, I'll explain.
Get it to roaring real good, Jethro. When I throw my love conjure on it, I want that smoke to blow all over town.
Ain't that kind of risky, Granny? Ain't no telling who that smoke will blow on.
That's the chance we gotta take, Jed. You let your daughter get too old for picking and choosing. Her best years is behind her.
Them's her best years. I'd hate to think what's coming up.
Hush up and go split some wood.
Hey, don't split a half a cord.
Then go split the other half.
Uncle Jed.
Do what your granny says, boy.
Yes, sir.
Maybe things is picking up out here in Beverly Hills. Miss Jane got herself a fella.
I ain't conjuring for Miss Jane. I'm conjuring for my old maid granddaughter. And I aim to see her married before she's all wasted away.
Elly could waste away a good bit and still be ahead of Miss Jane.
Kid, I've been working 3 days on this conjure, and I aim to throw it in that fire. Now get dressed in your company clothes while I say my spell.
I think I'll wait till you're done. I might have to do some firefighting.
Magic powder, magic brew, in the fire and up the flue. Fetch a man and fetch a minister, so poor old Elly won't be a spinster.
Spinster?
I'm a scientist, not a poet. That always takes a lot out of me. Don't just stand there. Go get in your company clothes before that beau of Elly gets here.
Where is Elly?
Oh, I got her ready and waiting. Purty as a picture. That young fella will never suspect she's over the hill.
Oh, boy. All this and $50 million. You have to hire an escort. Hello, little Bridget. I can't expect.
Howdy, young fella.
How do you do, madam? I was drawn to this house by a strange force I couldn't resist.
You don't say. Come in. Come in.
You wouldn't by any chance be Elly May?
No, no, no. I'm her granny. science wonderful?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, nothing. Now, before I let you meet my granddaughter, I gotta know all about you.
Well, my name is Dean Peters.
That's enough. Elly May! There's a fella down here to meet you. Leave your dolls and come on down.
Did you say dolls?
Yes, she's a sweet young thing. Right in her prime.
How old is she?
Take a guess.
12, 13, 14?
That's close enough. Your doll and your lollipop, honey. You're old enough for fellas now. This is Dean Peters. He's come to keep company with you.
How do you do, Ellie?
Howdy.
Curtsy, like I told you. She's sweet. Now, you two go on in the parlor, and I'll fetch some lemonade. Skip, honey.
Granny, I feel like a darn fool.
I got you a fella, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
You got to keep him thinking you're marrying age. Now, Skip. Right in her prime. Now, go get acquainted. Wait till you see the fella I conjured for Ellie.
You mean at work?
Of course. Look in the parlor.
Who's that little girl?
That's your daughter.
Uh-oh. I was afraid of blowing that smoke all over town.
What you mean?
You done conjured up Miss Jean's fella.
No.
Yeah.
Chief, Mr. Peters is calling from the Clampett house. He seems quite distressed.
If anything's gone wrong, you're going up there and sign a written confession.
I have nothing to confess.
I'll write it, you sign it. Hello?
Mr. Drysdale, you don't need an escort for Elly May. You need a babysitter. All she wants to do is toast marshmallows and skip rope.
I don't care if she wants to play jacks. Oh, really? Who won? Now, you listen to me, young fella. I'm paying you to entertain that girl, and that's what you're going to do if you have to play hide and seek. Oh, really? Well, hang up before she finds you.
Granny? You ain't brewing up another batch of that love conjure, are you?
Of course not. I'm working again time to come up with an anecdote. I don't want to steal Miss Jane's fella any more than you do.
Well, couldn't you use some of your letting-go powder on him?
I can try, but it would be like hunting bear with a fly swatter. That's the most powerful conjure I ever...
Come on, Dane. We can have more fun out back. There's some critters out there.
Just a minute, young feller.
Yes, Mr. Clampett?
What do you think of my daughter?
Ellie? Oh, she's a wonderful girl. Lots of fun, million laughs.
Not too young, huh?
No, sir. She's right in her prime.
You like her better than Miss Jane?
Who's Miss Jane?
Powder, powder, white as snow, make the conjure spell let go.
What game is that?
That ain't no game.
How you feel about my daughter now?
Well, I told you. She's a wonderful girl. That's fun. We're gonna play hopscotch now.
Well, Granny, you're right. Like hunting bear with a fly swatter.
Our only hope is brewing in that pot. That is the strongest conjure buster I ever... I'm sorry, Jed. I've reached the outer limits of scientific knowledge.
Granny, I reckon there's some things us humans just ain't meant to know.
Maybe it's just as well. It could have had some terrible side effects.
Well, there's only one thing we can do now, and that is find Miss Jane another fella.
Yeah, but where?
Well, got all the wood split. Why are y'all looking at me like that? Jed? Granny, why are y'all looking at me like that? Come on, boy.
I'm gonna let you use my courting outfit.
What for? Who am I gonna court?
Jethro!
Howdy, sweetheart. I love you.
What?
You're prettier than these flowers and sweeter than this candy. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
Jethro, what's going on?
I'm courting you. I can't eat or sleep without you.
Oh, no.
That's the truth. Granny won't feed me or make my bed. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You are...
What's going on out here?
Jethro's courting me.
What?
I gotta make her forget about losing her fella. You are my sunshine.
Hold it. What fella?
The one Granny conjured away for Elly. Except Elly don't care nothing for him. But he's crazy mad for her because she looks 14. And Granny couldn't bust the conjure, so Uncle Jed says I got to court Miss Jane. You are my sunshine.
Jethro, that's enough.
That's all I know anyway. Only learned how to play about a half hour ago.
Chief, I suggest that I return to the Clampett menage with this young swain and determine the situation firsthand.
Okay. If things are as fouled up as they sound, here is a full confession for you to sign.
Did Jethro heal your broke heart?
Well, I done my best, Granny.
Well, don't worry. I'm going to fix everything. Come upstairs and take your clothes off.
All of them?
Not you. Get to the kitchen.
Granny.
Where's Mr. Peters?
He's in the parlor, dead to the world. Elly beat him 40 straight games of hopscotch.
Hopscotch?
Go upstairs. Elly will show you what to do.
Mr. Trisdale, I can't take any more. I got to get out of here. All right, you don't have to pay me. I'll pay you.
Mr. Peters. Oh, so you woke up, did you?
Yes, ma'am. But no more hopscotch, please.
Oh, no. Nothing like that. Son, brace yourself for a shock.
Another one?
Now, this is going to hurt, but then will come something good to make you forget. Come in, Elly.
That's Elly?
Yeah. We deceived you. She ain't 14.
Say she ain't.
I don't blame you for being upset. No man wants a woman that far over the hill. But now comes the good part. You wait here. Miss Jane!
Daddy, I can't possibly...
Yes, you can. All's fair in love and war.
Nina, I know this must seem ridiculous
Please.
to you, but...
This is the sanest thing that's happened to me all day. Let's get out of here. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Greg. Thank you. Bye.
Well, looks like that done the trick, Granny.
Sure am glad he's gone.
Yeah, but now you ain't got no fella.
Say, that's right. Well, back to the laboratory.
Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here.
This has been a Filmways presentation.